First, how did you get that passion for drums, and from what age do you play drums?
I started when I was about 10. My brother taught me, my older brother taught me, because he was in a marching band, a street band, playing this way. And I used to clean his drum for him,
Yeah.
and he gave me some lessons.
Okay.
So it started there. And then I joined the marching band myself, and played in the school orchestra, things like that.
Yeah. Great. You have an impressive career. Manfred, Gallimore, David Gilmour, Tom Jones, the film, Asia. I love Aqua album.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you get in the middle of this band? By audition or spontaneous application?
With AC/DC, it was an audition. And there were 100 different drummers tried, top players. I won't mention any names. And I was number 100. And that's, and the band, I thought I hadn't done very well. And I only lived an hour from the rehearsal place. And AC/DC had called my house before I got home to say I had the gig. So that was a big surprise, big surprise.
And you've seen a lot of fun playing with the Timeline Band. How did you come with the idea of this project? And how did you recruit the other members of the band?
How did I?
Recruit.
Oh,
yeah.
Of Timeline.
Yeah, for Timeline.
Yeah. Oh, actually, to go back to that other question, like Asia couldn't get hold of me in any way, and they wrote me a letter. They actually wrote a letter and said, "We'd like you to play drums with us." So, two completely different ways, and probably everything else was on the phone. Yeah. Before mobile phones. With Timeline, I already knew the guys. We were friends before we started working together. I used to go and see them play in pubs and clubs in the area that we live in Britain. And I went to see them because they were such great musicians, and they were just playing pubs and clubs, you know, and they're world-class musicians, and there aren't too many around the area that we live. There's lots of musicians, but not what I would call world-class. So that was the main reason to. Then when it came time to get the band together, I just went to them and said, "Look, will you be my band?" And we got Paul, the singer, the AC/DC singer, because it's two separate sort of types of music. So Steve sings the un-AC/DC material, and Paul sings the AC/DC material. And we do about half and half.
Yeah.
Half AC/DC, half Gary Moore, you know, Asia, everybody else.
And how do you choose the songs for the live show?
It depends how long we have, but it's very difficult to cut it down. We've probably got 3 hours rehearsed of music. So it is it is difficult to do an hour and a half. Like tonight is an hour and a half. It's very difficult to cut it down to an hour and a half. I have to leave out all sorts of things like Jimmy Page material, you know, some AC/DC stuff we have to leave out. It's very difficult.
Yeah. To move from ultra-full stadium to human-sized rooms, more intimate, it may change, but what do you prefer? Big stadium?
Oh, I just prefer playing to people.
Yeah.
I don't care how many. I don't care if it's 10 or 100,000. Doesn't make any difference to me. It might to the promoter, but it makes no difference to me or the band. We still put on a show because we love being on stage.
And do you change your drumming when in a stadium or in a little room?
No, I don't change. I do change my drumming between AC/DC and Uriah Heep. You know, it's different. You know, or playing some Jimmy Page material or David Gilmour material. Yes, and I'm very lucky that I can play most styles. I've always been able to adapt to whatever would be necessary for the song.
Yeah. Now, let's go back to AC/DC time. You said it's in a whole interview that you had a bad experience of the return of Phil Roach, the whole interview.
Yeah.
Which seems to me understandable. When one plays in a band of these scales, did you expect them to call you back? When
No.
you see this? No.
No, it was complete surprise.
Yeah.
I was actually working with Timeline in Switzerland when I got the call from the manager.
Okay.
And I said, "Has this come from the guys? Do they want me to play drums?" Yeah.
20 years after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a complete surprise. A very nice and welcome surprise, but a surprise nevertheless.
Yeah. Okay. And how was this return? You have had another audition or before the Grammy Awards?
Didn't understand that, sorry.
For your return?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you had another audition?
No.
No. Before the Grammy Awards,
Yeah.
when
They
the
didn't.
new drummer was publicly...
They didn't even audition Phil when he came back in.
Yeah. Okay.
And they should have. I'm sorry, but that's true.
Between your returns, the withdrawal and the death of Malcolm, the departure of Brian, followed by the arrival of Axel, then Cliff announcing his retirement. Many changes within the group in recent time. It wasn't too hard to manage for you to...
Oh, you mean the change?
Yeah.
No, it's different. Obviously, it can't be the same, except the music is the same.
Yeah.
The only thing that changes is the singer. You know?
Yeah, I know.
And Axel did a great job. I think he did an amazing job, actually.
I think so.
And people sometimes listen with their prejudice. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes they listen, and people also listen with their eyes. They don't use these sometimes. No. They just use this, or like, nah, I don't like him. You know? They don't listen to what is...
Yes, different from Guns N' Roses, sure. But, different from Brian, from Bon Scott.
It doesn't happen so much now, but when I got back in, it was, Slade can't play drums. Useless. He's absolutely useless drummer. He should go and have lessons so he can play like Phil. That happened a lot. And it's like people are listening with this.
Yeah.
And I don't like him. They don't listen with their ears.
And try see and listen.
Yeah. I understand
Yeah.
people's prejudice. That's the second time I've tried to say that. But, yeah, you understand.
Okay. How's the mood now within the band, AC/DC?
The mood?
Yeah.
It was very sad when Malcolm passed, of course. Very, very sad. He was a genius, absolute genius. And the combination of him and Angus was magic. It was a magic combination. And of course the same with Cliff. And it's sad he's got, but I understand. He wants to go fishing all the time. His son is a fisherman, so he wants to enjoy time with his children and maybe grandchildren. So there comes, he's been there 40 years, you know. But the thing is, you must remember, there's been 5 years between every album and tour. So, you know. But the mood, it's absolutely fine. When the last time I saw the guys was at the end of the Razor's Edge. At the end of the Rock or Bust tour. Yeah, everybody was fine. You know, Malcolm hadn't passed yet.
Yeah.
And of course it hit, I'm sure it hit Angus very, very hard. As with all of us, actually. As with all of us. And just before him, Brother George also died. So it was a very sad time. Yeah. So I think the mood is probably appropriate for those things that have happened. And as people say, time is a great healer. So you never forget, though.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel when I see how you play the drums for so many years, that you play more and more powerful, isn't it? Do you have a secret to tell us about your shape?
Yeah, but you'll laugh.
Yeah.
Because I thought about this just a few years ago. I kept getting asked this question, same question. How do you do it? You know, you're 70 years old, and how do you do it? And my answer is, and it's a genuine answer, I use the Force. It's absolutely true. I've done martial arts for a lot of my life. And you learn to harness what's known as chi energy or ki energy. Chi is Chinese, ki, K-I, is Japanese. And that is what I play with. The same as martial arts, you harness it. It taught me how to breathe properly. It taught me how to conserve my energy when I need to. Not to go all out and then you're out of breath and that's it. You go all out, but then when you get a second, you go and you're back again, you know. So the martial arts taught me all of that. How do you use energy? How to project energy. And that is what George Lucas adapted and called the Force. Okay. That's what the whole, you know, I feel the Force is strong in this one.
And retirement, what do you think about when you will be? Do you have project to not get borrowed? Open a drum school, for example, when you have the retirement?
Oh, well, I'll never retire.
No.
No, not ever, no. No. The only time I will is when I can't play with power. If it's like, I'm going, no. Then I would. But I make this. I'm just about to go online with it.
Okay.
It's
Jewelry.
jewellery. Silver mainly, but we do gold also. And myself and an ex-drum tech of mine, who is a trained jeweller. And we were on the road together, and we always talked, because I went to art college for 3 years, solid, even in the summer, even on weekends, and I was in a relationship at the time too, but that strangely finished. No, no, it didn't actually. So I wanted to use that. I could draw and I can design. I'm useless as a painter. I can sculpt, cast bronze and things. So I thought, why not cast this? So we're just about to come online, and it's called The Spirit of the Drum.
Okay.
No, it's called Spirit of the Drum.
Okay.
.com. Spiritofthedrum.com. There's a page up there right now, but it's a welcome page. But I think within 1 month, where are we now? June.
June.
I think by July we will be, 2018, we'll be up and things will be available.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is the future. And it's also using my creative skills, if you like.
Love skills.
And my business partner also. And we have a team of people, and it's very, very exciting.
Great.
Like starting a band all over again.
So last one. I doubt you can talk too much about this, but can you tell me just 2 words about the future of AC/DC?
The future?
Yeah.
No, you'll have to wait and see.
Oh.
That's 4 words, I think.
Okay.
No, it's 6 words.
I tried. I tried.
Along with everybody else. Including myself.
Yeah. But thank you so much, Chris.
Thank you.
Thank you for...
I'm fascinated by your name.
Thank you.
Being a very Welsh name.
Yeah. And thank you for United Rock Nation.
Well, it's my pleasure. Thanks very much indeed.
Thank you very much.